The midnight green is everywhere. It's all around us. Even now in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you pound that ass, when you pay your unconstitutional taxes. It is the green that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. The truth that you're slaves, young Eagle fans. Like all young Eagle fans, you were born into bondage. Prison that you can't smell, taste, or touch. A prison for your mind. This is your last chance. After this, there's no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, I only offer you the truth, nothing else. Let's go.
Still the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly. Scary Cooper, asshole! Oh, demon! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and thank goodness it's Friday. It ain't a football Friday, but it's Friday nonetheless. Now, what? A Pro Bowl? That ain't a real football game. I don't count that as a football game. It ain't a football Friday because of the Pro Bowl. I don't even know if I can watch a Pro Bowl. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, I might watch the highlights. Pro Bowl has gotten to be so ridiculous and boring. I rather, in some ways, they would just announce who the Pro Bowlers are and then not even worry about playing, to be honest with you. Because that's just my opinion. Anyways, doesn't matter. We got some Eagle things to talk about. Because the Eagles have 4 coaching vacancies for a while now, and we're all getting impatient. We all want to know who they're going to hire. You would think that on the defensive side of the ball, that they would hire those guys quicker because you have Jim Schwartz, you have a defensive coordinator, you're still looking for an offensive coordinator. And it looks like we may finally get some movement on that front because it sounds like the Eagles are close to hiring former Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Marquand Manuel to the defensive back coaching position. And from everything that I've seen of this guy, and I don't know or didn't know a lot about him. I knew he was the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons a few years ago when I remember there was a game they were playing the Eagles and he was talking about, you know, the game coming up and stuff like that. So I knew who he was. I know that when he got fired, certain Atlanta Falcon fans and stuff said that he basically was a scapegoat because they had so many injuries and it wasn't really fair to him. I was watching him mic'd up, just learning about his career, and tell you what, he excites me. I hope this is the guy that they hire. I hope that it gets done. It sounds like, according to ESPN, that it could get done as soon as today. So let's hope it does. What's good about this guy, right, is he played professional football. He was a defensive back. He played his last year under Jim Schwartz. He knows very well what Jim Schwartz likes to do with his corners and his defensive backs and how to play. He knows it. He also was a coach with the Seattle Seahawks. Then he went to Atlanta. He was a defensive back coach there, became the defensive coordinator. The guy is a fiery guy. I was watching him and some of his stuff today, you know, mic'd up and stuff. I'll put it in the description. But he looks like he knows what the hell he's talking about. He looks like a guy that could take somebody like maybe a Sidney Jones, somebody with some talent, and bring it out of them. You know, he looks like that kind of guy. He's getting me pumped up, dude. I was getting all pumped up watching this guy. I like him. I hope that the Eagles hire him. I think he would be a great hire. And he's the kind of guy that a lot of people think could get a defensive back coach and get another shot as a defensive coordinator down the road. he seems like the kind of guy we need. So I hope that they get, and I'm going to say this probably 1,000 times this off season, but maybe he'll come in and be like, Russell Douglas, get the safety. You're a safety. This dude's a safety. What are you doing, Jim Schwartz, you dingbat? Put this guy at safety. You got a Pro Bowl safety on your hand if you let him play. Dingbat. Maybe he'll do something like that. So we gotta keep our eye on him. He may get hired as soon as today. So we're going to find out and hang tight with that. But it's looking good for the defensive back coaching position. Now we still got to get a defensive line coach, a wide receiver coach, and an offensive coordinator. So it is what it is. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is it's something that ever since I started YouTube, I do twice a year. And I make a point of doing it twice a year because I'm frustrated. I need this. I need this to happen. And I've been waiting for years and years for it to happen. And it hasn't. And I need this thing to happen. When many of you close your eyes and you think of the Eagles logo, you guys see this. This is what you see. You see this. You see this eagle face with an E, and sometimes it's flipped around so it's a backward E, it doesn't even look right. But that's what you see. When I close my eyes and I think of the Eagles logo, I see that. That's what I see. An eagle with a football in its talon, okay? This is not as good as this. This is a badass logo. This is a badass logo. It needs to be brought back. That's Eagle football, man. This is all right. This is what it's about. And every year, twice a year, I come on here and I plead with Jeffrey Lurie. I plead with the Philadelphia Eagles. Please bring back Kelly Green. Bring back Kelly Green. And the reason I'm bringing this up now and decide to do it now is because the 49ers are requesting to wear their throwback jerseys, which you can only wear once a year. They're requesting to wear their throwback jerseys in the Super Bowl. And as soon as they requested it, I started thinking about the Eagles and our throwback jersey. Now, Jeffrey Lurie says he wants to bring back the Kelly Green as a throwback jersey. But the problem is that you need a different helmet, okay? And we only can have, he says that you can only have one helmet. But I don't understand this, okay? Because I look at the Chicago Bears. They got 2 helmets. The New England Patriots, they have 2 helmets. The Rams, they have 2 helmets. I think the Denver Broncos have 2 helmets too. And they all could wear their throwback helmets, but we can't. I mean, how long is it going to take? I need it done. I'm ready. I want this back. I want it back. And I got to say this. Bringing it back as a throwback jersey once a year isn't enough. To me, it isn't enough, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And it's why that I'm now, maybe it's a protest, maybe it's not. I will not buy any Eagles stuff that isn't a throwback unless it's. What the? Did you hear that? Oh, freaky shit's going on again. I got a lot of conspiracy stuff to talk about. It's all building up, man. I'm telling you. Did you see that? Anyways, maybe the ghosts of Reggie White and Andre Waters are here saying, get the Kelly Green jersey. Now my ice moved. Now I'm getting freaked out. All right, anyways, let me get back to this before I start hiding under the bed. All right, but here's the thing. I'll take the throwback jersey just because I need it. And like I said, I will not buy any shirt, any hat, any more hats except for bucket hats that aren't throwback. The bucket hat comes out, the new one comes out every year during training camp. I always buy one. I will buy a Carson Wentz or Miles Sanders jersey, but it will be only in black. I will not buy midnight green. I will not buy regular. I'm only buying Eagles throwback stuff from here on in. It's because I want it. I want throwbacks. And when at least they bring back the throwback jerseys for a year, at least when they bring it back, there'll be more. I can then buy a Carson Wentz throwback, and then Miles Sanders. I can buy those throwback jerseys. I can then, buy more throwback stuff because they'll put stuff out because they're wearing it once a year. But truthfully, the Eagles have not changed. They have not changed their jerseys, their uniforms in like 30 years. What was it, like 96 or 97 they switched over? They haven't done anything. There's been that green is technically like a teal, a 90s teal color. Now, a lot of people like it. Some people even say, well, we want a Super Bowl and leave it. I don't want to leave it. Here's what I want. I love the Eagles black jersey. They wear it twice a year. They should wear it more. I hate the Eagles white jerseys. I think they're boring, and Chip Kelly wore them like 13 straight weeks and wore me out of it. Okay? You gotta revamp this whole thing. You gotta redo the whole thing. Take this color, mix it with this color, bring back this logo, and come up with something that is modern and throwback. Because the truth of the matter is this. A lot of you young guys watching football today who only remember this. Most of the Eagles' history is this. It's not this. When I think Eagles, I think of this. When I watch old Eagles stuff of Randall, Reggie, and Jerome, and Clyde Simmons, and Seth Joyner, Eric Allen, Ben Smith, Mike Golick, Mike Pitts, Clyde Simmons. I love that whole defense. Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Mike Pitts, Clyde Simmons, Seth Joyner, Byron Evans, Jesse Small, Ben Smith, Eric Allen, Wes Hopkins, Andre Dirty Waters. That is what I think about when I think of the Eagles. That's what I love. You got to bring it back. And please, Jeffrey Lurie, at least get me the throwbacks. Get the throwback uniform set this year. Get it done this year. At least give me one time a year. When the Eagles had, that was, I forget what year it was, but Kevin Kolb was taking over, and he goes out because his head gets bounced off the ground. Mike Vick comes back. The Eagles are in their throwback Kelly Green. Oh, I must come in my pants. It was amazing. And Michael Vick is scrambling around. He looked like Randall Cunningham. It was like, I didn't even care what the score was. I just was so enamored by them wearing Kelly Green. I want it back. So this is my first of two videos. Another one will come out probably in June, requesting and pleading with the Eagles to get the Kelly Green back. Even if it's one time a year as a throwback at this point, I'll take it. I'll take anything. Because if you get the throwbacks, then you're going to have the throwback jerseys. Then you're going to have more gear and throwback, and I can wear it all. With that said, let me know what you guys think. Take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat.